Was talking about a few things that had recently happened and my participation with my brother at the first rally today. I don't know if anyone really wants to hear my opinions, but some of it will be political. Most of it will just be what I saw that day and thoughts in the long run. With hope I'll be able to enjoy this game time with you guys. No judgments if you don't like exactly what I hear, but what you have to hear. Just going to go with it and see what happens. But today we're going to be playing Kirby Star Allies because I think that the theme of friendship building right now is kind of important. And oops, gotta erase some of this stuff. Is not only super important, but also just topical for the time. Let's see, you gotta go into these settings here, or maybe, just delete this file. Yes. Sure? Yes, delete it. I'm sure, delete it. Oh my gosh! Well, okay. I am really sure. Delete it. Delete it! To anyone who gets that reference, I'm sorry. Alright, we're gonna go right into story mode. I'll probably do a slam later as well. It seems like a good idea. It'd be fun. I'm not sure what a hero slam is, but I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go along. So let's go into Kirby Star Allies. I have played through some of this game. I know my way around pretty well. I don't know all the secrets yet. But I will say this game is just gorgeous, and I really can't find anything wrong with it. Oh, look at that! That is a dark crystal heart, and it will now commence its vile takeover of Dreamworld or Dreamland. I really wish I had that sword. I haven't actually shared this online yet, but I actually do enjoy swordplay a lot. I want to begin my training again this summer if I can. I don't know if I'll have as much time as I want, but for the time being, it's at least a pipe dream. And oh, DDD, how we love thee. Oh my gosh, this game is just gorgeous. Oh, Kirby's eyes. Kirby has awakened. With his blue steel dark eyes. We are ready to take on the world of Dreamland. So, this game is really, really new. I'm pretty sure everyone who's wanted to play it has. It's not very long, it's not very hard. No, I do not want to return to the real screen. What I want to do is... Okay. Oh, darn it! Ah, the jump button is in the wrong place again. I might have to redo this. Oh my god. Well, let's go to this. Let's go check out if we can... What? Hello? Are you kidding me? Controls... Oh, here we go. Really? Oh no! It won't let you switch it? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'll see if I can't edit this out in the future vid, but I gotta just take a moment here. Because that is not gonna fly with me. Return to yes. I think we just switch out the file here. Yes, we can. Okay, you know what? Maybe I won't cut this. Just gonna go ahead and accept my fate. Change some things up. Control options. Take B. Much better. All right. Okay, so you can do it pretty quickly. It's not too big a deal. I can actually jump with my preferred button. Alright, World of Peace. Dreamland. That's why I called it Dreamland before, because it said World of Peace. Oddly enough, this is very Mario-esque in its build here. Yes, that's a much better jump button. Alright, that makes much more sense. I don't know why Nintendo decided to... Nintendo? Or... I'm not sure why they decide to make the A button jump default. I'm pretty sure all the Mario games start with B as the default jump button. I mean, it's B. Bounce, get it? Although, maybe air for aerial. I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. I jumped. My accomplishments are truly spectacular. Alright, I'm going to use this on something else here. Alright. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, he's sad because I took his hat. Look at that. I'm just gonna swallow it. I'm gonna leave him in his misery.
Swallow, huh?
I swallow all the time. I have to eat food, don't I? This is gonna be a... Ow! That's my brother Chrono, by the way. He's not playing this game because he's obsessed with another one. Which is okay. It's a good game. I can't fault him for that. If you watched our stream, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Oh! Panic! 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 X? I don't know why Kirby managed to get this power of all powers, but it seems that there were more, stars, hearts that fell down from the sky to do this.
It's never really explained how he gets that. Apparently, friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic. Anyway, let's, and by friendship, I mean I don't really want this power around. Alright. The game does become a little bit too easy with too many partners. Oops, as I say that. You can also get rid of your partners by holding both the guard buttons and then selecting your partner. And I say goodbye to you. And there you go. Now you can have an easy way, and you don't have to lose your power in the middle of the battle. If you really don't want someone to screw around. Bam! I love the sword ability. It's one of my favorites, although it's not the favorite of the game. That I will tell you when I get to it in a little bit of a later video. Let's gonna go ahead and cut these. Ooh, a 1-up, because we really need them in this game. I promise you, it's harder than it looks. Bam.
Really? I think this game is still easy.
I was being sarcastic, but thank you.
Didn't sound very sarcastic.
I was being completely sarcastic. Alright, let's see. As you can see, you can't find every enemy, just most of them. A good deal of them. Waddle Dee is one of the more unique enemies, as it's the only enemy that is whose power is dependent on the item it's holding. And it's, well, and you don't even have to suck him up to get that power, so you go ahead and get up here, go through the door. All doors are one way except the ones with red stars at the very top. You'll find those around later. They're going to be mostly where a lot of puzzles are and things like that. I got a banana! Oh, and here... Alright, so here... I'm not gonna let the tutorial tell you because I can tell you much more quickly. I'm gonna get that power, and then what I'm gonna do is ignore that sign because the sign's annoying, and I'm gonna just hold up on the D-pad after I get rid of that fire, and he will charge me up and give me Fire Sword ability. This is what makes this game so cool. One of the best aspects has got to be the fact that you get to power yourself up with the elements of your friends, and it's a blast. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of shoot. It's too easy. And every power you get with this does increase your attack ability. Like that would usually take 2 hits, but because I have Sizzle Sword, I am now much more capable of doing damage. Like this! Oh, yeah, certain mixes of elements will grant you access to particular areas of the game. I think they should have made it more challenging. I'm kind of in the vein of Kirby Dream Land 3 in order to, in terms of difficulty. I really think they should bring that kind of difficulty level back for that. And the animal creatures, they really need a return. They have been missing from these games for way too long, and I do miss them. I miss them dearly. Anyway, we're gonna go right through. As you can see, running over gaps does not allow you to fall. Whoop. Oh, who's that? It's not that guy. There we go. And let's see what we got. Bam. Yeah. Oh, they're red stars here. Yellow stars are 1. These are 5, the green ones. As you can see, 1. And these are 10. Oh yeah, Sizzle Sword does actually give you an AoE ability. Oh, and there's this. Nothing like a good spin dash. Oh, wait. Huh. Oh, that's cool. You can kind of roll on the ground even after your swing. Which actually, in the last game, was kind of... It wasn't really an issue. It's just that, that you couldn't, like... If you were in the middle of a swing and you hit the ground before your swing ended, it would cancel it out. And what ends up happening is that you would be vulnerable to an attack during that time. I kind of think they should have kept it that way. Again, this game is already really easy, unfortunately. It's more about good gameplay. You would not find this. You will not find this to be like super challenging. You are really not. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Each enemy does have an elemental weakness, and it's obvious which ones this is, I guess. He's a walrus. I can't imagine walruses live in very warm climates. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and that's game. Thank you for playing, everyone. That is the end of Kirby. No, this game, of course not. Oh, right. Even if you have another power, you just dress up. If you have an elemental ability, and bada bing, bada boom! You can change it up. I now have the Blizzard Sword, which honestly doesn't do much in terms of changes of gameplay here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this M mushroom here. Get rid of this. Oh, nope, not you. Get rid of you. Yeah, so I can show this off a little bit. There you go. Ice. It seriously just gives you the ice ability. Especially with the sword. Oh. Right, I think I have to go up. Oh, wait. No, there is a... Oh, no. I don't need anything. I just need what I have on me. So, certain, I guess, barriers will be affected only by certain elements. For example, bam! You could not have gotten through that with a regular sword, only because it did not have the ice ability to, negate that fire. And you can't pick them, you can't just blow them. Giggity? I don't know. Oh, we're gonna continue down this road here, and just keep taking out these enemies here. So I do like how they implemented the friendship ability. It is one of the few games I can really say has implemented this kind of weird mechanic where instead of swallowing your enemy, you make kind of a weird peace treaty with them by throwing that. Is it great? I don't know. It's simple, and it's simple for a lot of reasons. As I'm kind of okay, I might be projecting here, and this might be my overthinking brain doing its overthinking thing. Bam. The lower you get to the there you go. The lower you hit the A or B button at the spring, I think it's the A button. Yeah, it's the A button. At the spring, the higher you will go, and at the tip of your height, you get a puzzle piece. Oh, And I'll show you here, I guess, what the puzzle pieces actually do, since they will grant you pieces to the puzzle. I guess that should be obvious, but well, only one of those went there. The rainbow ones will actually fill up 3 in a go, and they're pretty easy to find and come across. They're not too difficult to search out. I kind of wish they'd really gone big or gone home with this. I hope they do some major DLC for this game. I think the development team already has the assets. It'd be a great way of just expanding this game and actually adding things to it. It's already a complete game on its own, but a little bit of work, and this could become one of the definitive Kirby games, as the control scheme is actually great. What am I doing here again? Okay, I'm gonna just exit this stage. If you enter a stage, you can actually go ahead, and if you know exactly where power is, you can quickly zip over and just pick up that power. And the minute you leave, I'll just go ahead and actually, or, you know, and pick up a friend, whatever. The minute you leave, it says it won't save any of the puzzle pieces, but that does not apply, as you will soon see, to your partner, or your power, or anything else for that matter. In fact, the consequences are seriously dedicated only to the puzzle pieces. And that's really all there is to this game. There is not much else to say except to enjoy the ride. The environments are beautiful and detailed as usual. Way to go, Team Nintendo. I just don't think they ever stop doing all of that. Oh, here's another one. I'm gonna go ahead and show this power off. All right. Now I'm just gonna have this guy give me an ability. And here we have the Splash Sword. It wets, it jets, it slices and dices. And it causes bubbles. Anyway, I'll get rid of this guy. I think I'll go through and actually show off these characters' abilities sooner or later. I'm kind of bent on the sword here. It really does kind of just get through everything. Oh yeah, you do have a slide ability. It does do damage. It's not very powerful to say. It does. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, in order to make a friend from an ability that you have, what you gotta do is just do that, and he'll actually appear with the powered up ability, as you can see. His sword is already just sizzle, or I'm sorry, splash. So, take these guys in. If you take in 2 enemies at a time in your inhale ability, you will do a double damaging star shot. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and show this off. This is one of the... this actually came, I think, around the time that the Kirby show came out. It is the water hack. It has a lot of cool abilities. One of its cooler abilities is when you are actually in water, your bubbles do double damage, as well as you are able to surf on water, and your swimming becomes, I think, faster. I'm not sure if they actually brought that into this game or not. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and slide on that. I do like the fact that you surf in order to move. That is a really, it's just one of those, it's just those neat touches that they add to a game that make it its own and unique. These foregrounds are incredible, by the way. I don't know, this game looks both cartoony and realistic at the same time. Its detail and design is top notch, even though it's simple. This is something that I will always say in terms of video games and gameplay. Reality does not need to be the goal. In fact, it's sometimes a detriment to the game. The more real you make something, the less you can actually play around with the aesthetics and the expectations. And that's when you start running into problems such as story, design, the meaning behind a game. Because its artistic integrity can and should matter. If you have a game that's about making friends, but all you're doing is shooting people in a hyper-realistic environment, you're probably going to miss the message. In this world, you are very much a cartoon. The abilities you have are cartoony, and they are silly and great and fun. And they add to an experience where you can believe that throwing a heart at someone, almost without being too silly, will get you a friend. If it worked that way in real life, that'd be great, I suppose. But here's the message: realism is not necessary for good gameplay. Touches like this cannot happen in a game in which you're running and gunning. You really can't express very much with shooters, I'd say. There are some things you can express. Teamwork can go a long way, as well as. Take damage from that? I think I did. And don't get me wrong, I like shooters, but you cannot. But there's a certain part of the shooter that you can't express great gameplay when it's super hyper-realistic. Your expectations have been set to realism. If people just start making friends and being buddy-buddy in the middle of a gritty action shooter, you're going to alienate your crowd. All right, let me go ahead and make this drop ability. That. All right. What I'm gonna do is take that. Is not let my partner kill everything. So, first off, now, certain abilities you cannot absorb the power, but what you can do is empower yourself. Thanks to your friends. Your friends will help you along the way in making yourself a better person. Don't believe me? Shh, watch me. Watch this. You'll even go uphill with this. It's pretty damn sweet, actually. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop myself here, and I'm gonna. It doesn't work. All right. That was a double hit. All right. You're I do like this little touch that they have. I got this. Okay. Just that you can't move in this form. Some of these shapes are actually pretty cool too. Let's show some of these off here. And the fact is, all of them can move just a little bit. It's pretty cool. You can actually go all the way around here. As you can see, yeah, you gotta press repeatedly in order to even shift a little bit. So it's not something you want to do too often. It's just, again, it's a touch that doesn't do anything but just adds to the world you're in. You can really feel that Kirby is struggling being in this shape, and the fact that they even added 3D models to each of these abilities. Most people won't even look at that, but there you go. It's there. If you want to watch it, see it. It's just there for fun. Whoa, we are gunning and sliding along here. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and check out what's over here. Oh, great. Be aware of secrets, as they can appear in the most random of places. This game isn't particularly good at its secret building. I think it's better done in other versions of the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Bam! Alright, and there we go. Hit a switch. And I think that's the last time I'm going to meet him, so I'm just going to go ahead and put him away. I like to think of it more as putting them in their. I know everyone out there just said putting them in their place. No, putting them like at home or something, teleporting them away rather than making them disappear. That's a rock ability. So what I'm going to do is just do that. Oh my god, he can do it too. See? Woo! I do have to admit, it's kind of funny just to see that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play around with this ability. This ability also slides. You are skating as you go. which I have to admit is just, again, why? No point. Just an interesting touch that you can do. The ice shield is pretty cool too. You just turn to ice. You have the helicopter ice ability, which I think is really awesome. You can also do it on the ground, I think. You can't really aim the ice ability, which is one of the weirder aspects about it, because you can aim the fire. Let's see what other abilities you got. Near an enemy. Oh yeah, that's right. You can do the ice section. I'll show that in a second. Ice block, ice shatter, lizard sword, blizzard cutter. It's all there. Let's see. Let me go ahead and find it. Oh, hey, there's an enemy. There you go. You can't move in this form. I don't know why, but it's just bam. You turn it into an ice cream. I prefer it in the other games. You stood on your tiptoes as though you were ready to fire already. But it's also just cute to see like Kirby like struggle a little bit with that. Oh right. I forgot. There is a way. If with the stone ability, there are actually a few moves now. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. All right. Let's go ahead. Okay. Stone ability regardless. If you press down, you make a larger version of yourself, which is pretty. It's again a detail. It doesn't really. I think it does. I don't know if it does much damage. I don't think it does. But it just, again, why bother? I don't know. I don't know why Kirby is holding a fish, but he is now the fish king. You can also do a dash rock ability, which is actually really useful as you slide nicely. But again, this version is not the real version. That is way bigger than you need to be. Again, just details. DDD would be proud. Alright, let me go ahead and get an ice ability here. Corn! So you can find it later. Anyway, going through. Uh-oh. You know what? I made a mistake. I'm gonna have to come back here and show that. Anyway. What was I talking about earlier? Oh, right. Okay, to be fair, there is a certain reason for this stream and why I chose this particular game to talk about it. I'm not usually in political circles. In fact, if I can, I do try to avoid actually being out with all my with every single one of my opinions. But, well, no, that's untrue. I'm sorry, that's untrue. I don't tend to broadcast my opinions to anyone except those in my friend circles or anything like that. But this, ooh, I'm going to show this off. But this past week, me and my brother decided to go and, I guess, be actually active. And we did. We went over to the March for Our Lives here in Boston, which was a party, to say the least. There were so many people. I was truly, truly shocked and inspired that these kids had come out to openly and loudly protest their dissatisfaction with a system of government that's, to be fair, tends to ignore children. Me and my brother are education advocates. I don't know if you know what that means entirely to us, but we highly believe that education is in critical need of revamp. But in order to do that well, we'd have to cut certain things that I think are actually detrimental to the overall longevity of our nation. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I guess I should say that I'm not comfortable with how expensive our military is. I will say that I say that with due respect, as me and my family worked with the government and the military. Marines, Navy, and Air Force were all some of our closest friends. And that does give me a little bit of insight into what they did. And many of my friends currently are in R&D, research and development, as well as the supply chain for the military. Now, we spend billions on this, and the fact of the matter is, every year they're given a budget, and they have to spend the entirety of that budget, no matter what. No matter how, they have to spend it. And every year, I hear stories of the fact that they have too much to spend. R&D, research and development, the group that you'd think would be absolutely static about having more money they could possibly use to further development and ideas is, whoop, that is my phone. And I don't know who is calling. I hope they're awesome. Hello. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that call was absolutely useless. And now I'm looking at my phone because that's important. Let me go ahead and move on here. This is magic. At least I think it is magic. Let's go ahead and walk on up here. Now, this is a friendship wand, I think. Welcome to the Dream Palace. This is the Dream Palace. You can meet a dream character here if you use the Dream Rod. I really think they should have said a Dreamland resident here. No, it's called the Dream Rod, I guess. Anyway, but regardless, when you grab the Dream Rod, the roulette will start. Press A to call dream friends. I suppose dream friends are the friends you really want. Anyway, go ahead. And bada bing, bada boom. That's your dream friend. Bandana Waddle Dee! I don't know if you can actually take his power. Nope, you cannot. That works. But you can... Anyway, that's going to be the dream friend I'm going to have follow me for a little bit. He has some pretty cool abilities, which he will show off for you in a second. Oh, right. Maybe I shouldn't have you here. No. Let's go ahead and do what I gotta do. In we go! I'm pretty much gonna rush through this level once again. Anyway, as I was saying, we have a pretty robust military. We are the leading country in terms of our military expenditure. And don't get me wrong, I think the men in arms are necessary and they're beautiful people. At least to the extent that you can be. Also have to go to another country on orders and murder for us. And they still don't get all the everything that they need and deserve in terms of their support once they get we spend way too much on the research and development and just the military surplus that we have to continuously keep buying at the expense of many other public projects. Now, I'm not a financial expert. My expertise was in sociology, and the effects, and that pretty much means that I was very much in tune with the effects that people can have on each other and the world around them, and vice versa. The world we live in is both more interconnected and more centralized than ever. Hey, welcome back, bro. Ooh, that was a triple spear ability. I'm gonna let him attack things for a little bit. See, he can actually pierce through armor, which is pretty nice. As you notice, he won't try to do anything against these blocks here. Let's go ahead and keep moving. I'm gonna let him attack that guy. I'm probably just gonna throw things at it. Do your thing, boy. Nope. Not a dump. Good thing we're checking there. Down. Alright, back to almost. I think there's a smidgen there that's missing. Anyway. But it takes up a lot of our capital, both for, just in general, either for public works, help, and other maintenance projects. Now, the military has a lot of outs in Washington, and again, that's something I can't really blame them for. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of these guys. Hey, sorry. You know? Alright, take you in. Power. There you go. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to keep this power to the end of here because we'll see why. Alright. Going through here. Sorry, lots of thoughts in my head. Now, here we are. It's 2016, and we just have an attention on gun violence that hasn't been issued in a long time, probably since Columbine, which is now years ago. I'm not going to say what my opinion in terms of what we should do with guns is right or wrong here. That's not what I'm here for. But I will say that our attention is divided between two parties that claim to be diametrically opposed to one another when in truth they aren't. And that'll be a story for another time. Oh, really? Thank you, buddy. Alright. Now, we don't spend much on our education system, obviously. And yet, it's something that we obviously should be spending a little bit more time on. Ah, damn it. Let's see what we got here. Alright, this is the reason why. The stone ability will just give you access to every single one of those switches that I just hit. And this one. I get my partner to get over here and shoot me. There we go. And here's our rainbow puzzle. I wish they'd do a little bit more with puzzle pieces, to be perfectly honest, like they would open worlds or something, but they seem a little bit limited, to be perfectly honest. I think they really are just a gallery gathering session. Again, I'm not sure how much time Nintendo put into this game, but they did great art, but it doesn't seem like they did very much with it. I'm gonna go ahead and what up with this? Oh. Go ahead and take that. I'm gonna have a party. Bye-bye. I said, 20 for the red, 10 for the green, and 1 for the yellow. Which, honestly, I'm sorry. 10 for red, 5 for green, and 1 for yellow. Because yellow stars... not good. Oh, right. When you come back here in terms in the game later on and you hit the switches again, you will get, as you saw, a arc of items, which is pretty nice. It's a nice little reward if you hit the thing again. Let's go ahead and get out of here so we can go on to the next level and I can move on with my story. So, we don't spend much on our education, and to an extent there is an attitude with many people that seems to believe that it's really not worthwhile. That the education and ability for a person to improve themselves is somehow secondary to military capital. I'm not even too sure what else we spend our money on, except that we do pay a lot of taxes in the United States. We have a very high tax rate, but we don't see very much public service out of it. It mostly goes to the military. Now, I don't know if... I'm not exactly sure what percentage of that is, but I'm pretty sure that we could both cut a little bit of tax revenue and a little bit of our military expenditure and still end up with a very robust system. Now, when I say robust system, I'm very much talking about public health, public service, and the fact that I jumped terribly there. Public service and public education. We have a very visceral reaction whenever we talk about taxes and expanding what we can do with it. I really do get it. No one wants to spend more money, especially not on taxes of all things. And especially not when it seems that our government always does its best to act as though it doesn't want to do anything worthwhile with it. But we need educated people on planet Earth. How educated? Well, that's really up to us. Capitalism is a beautiful thing, and when its product, money, is directed to the right goals, you will end up with really, really good results. And, speaking of good results, this is my favorite ability. Why? I don't know. It's stupid. It's completely ridiculous, but it's just versatile. And it's fast, and it just gives you this weird sense of power that comes with yo-yos. I don't like yo-yos all that much. I used to play them a lot as a kid. A lot, in fact. And I got pretty good with them. I could do a couple of tricks. Most of the simple ones. I couldn't do anything money-making, I guess. I did not have money shots with my yo-yo. But in this game, a fire yo-yo will just... it's just so cool. Look at that. Look at this. Just a yo-yo on fire. There was a kind of yo-yo that I really liked using called a fireball. And I would just imagine that it was on fire. And now Nintendo decided to go ahead and make my dreams come true. Thank you, Nintendo. My inner pyromaniac is now satisfied. Oh my god. There you go. Look at that. Just beautiful. And you can walk the fiery dog! Which, if your dog can combust and go on fire without hurting itself, you have the best dog in the world. Anyway. Back to what I was monologuing about, because I doubt anyone's actually caring enough to listen to this. Okay, so you would have tried to get this tower. Oh, right, I forgot about that. So when you press up, down, and then up in quick succession, you will gain the ability to shoot out fire, because you're fiery. It's fierce, baby. Anyway, moving on. Gotta go in here. And with this, you do this! There. Yeah, puzzle pieces. Anyway, I was talking about the education system. There is a beautiful thing. You can work to make the schools reflect real life a little bit more. Whenever you learn in the bubble of schools right now, you don't really have anything to apply it to. None of your passions can really bear fruit. Which is why, let's face it, kids like the things that cause a little bit of drama. They like, whoops. This game really makes it a little bit too easy. These doors should be special, and should be secret doors that allow you to get more prizes rather than continuation doors. Because if you don't have the right number of people, that should bar you from doing what you need to do. Anyway, moving on. We need 2 of you, and we're gonna need more of you in a second, actually. Alright, and I guess this is why you're going to go ahead and let your partner do that. This partner do this. I'm going to hit this one, and, so on and so forth. You get the pattern. Alright, that allows me to get this, which allows them to get that. And here we are. Now, I'm not mistaken. Yep, there's more there. Shoot. Gonna go ahead and go through this. Fire! And we're gonna keep going. And I think that's it. We are gonna keep moving. Now, as I was saying, the education system is not, does not have enough capital to make the world seem real. Kids are easily distractible by drama and things like that because they seem to have a consequence. Regardless of how good or kind it is, the immediate consequence of someone's actions is something that someone that is young needs to see. Now, after a while, we tend to usually grow out of it, and start looking for things that are a little bit more long-term but harder to predict. And yet, we don't have any verification for what works and what doesn't. We don't learn how to test stuff in the education system. We just learn how to memorize. Memorizing is big business, and it's easy, and it's, doesn't require much skill. I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy the fire blade. Oh yeah, power to power, you can go ahead and share that ability. See? You got the sizzle whip. Let's see. I'm gonna have to have him show off the ability, so. See? Just a whip. It's fun. He can grab things with it, and I think he will in more combat-driven scenarios. Oh, hi. I don't exactly know why the Waddle Dees decided to do a that. Oh, you know what? I should really show off the whip. I'll go ahead and go get another one. Go ahead and fly. Oh, of course, the flying ability. I don't think I've used this yet. There isn't much need for it, to be perfectly honest. This game is easy enough without it. Get rid of this. Cool. That way I can keep my favorite ability in here. The whip is very similar to the yo-yo, except it doesn't really give you the variety of it. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to do a certain attack. That's what I'm gonna hit here. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Alright, let's try that again. Ah, there it goes. Alright, yes. So if you charge the whip, as you can tell, I really was doing that terribly. If you charge the whip, come on. You will, if you charge the whip. Okay, anyway. If you charge the whip, you will be able to grab an enemy. Like that. Like so. and then you just throw it, doing extra damage upon your foes. Just why? I really don't understand this thing. And it's very slow moving, so it's not like there's much danger here. Nope. And just when I first saw that, I did laugh out loud, but I was also just confused. Alright, we're gonna continue on here. And we're gonna go back to the subject at hand. Like I said, kids like drama, and they like the quick consequences of drama, which is why they seem to be so actively engaged in that stuff. I'm not criticizing that. There's no need for it. It's what's available to them. It's what they think adults want to do. Because that's what we gear them towards. We don't really gear them towards anything else. And if you're a kid, that's a fair assessment. You want to drive a car, you want to do the adult things because that's where you think the fun is. Even though after a while, when you become adults, you start realizing that being an adult is actually scary and has a lot of unintended consequences and a lot of responsibility, like taxes and health insurance and car insurance and having a job and paying for yourself and education and all this other stuff that people would panic about. Anyway, I'm okay. Why did I do that? Because reasons. If you had not done that yourself, they would have fallen through this hole, and yeah, they would have ruined your chances at getting this. Again, this should be a puzzle, and that thing needs to be way faster moving. Anyway, this is a switch. This is me pressing the switch and dancing. Those switches open up not only areas where you can get dream friends. Oh, God, I hate that name. Not only where you can get dream friends, but also new levels with new puzzles and new challenges and new yo-yos. I somehow hit that. Cool. Gotta take you out. Alright. Gonna go right through here. And I'm pretty sure Wispy Woods is not too far off here. I don't think there is a Kirby game where he does not appear. Fire! Poor War. Oh yeah, the yo-yo ability can also do this. I think I can do this at the start too. No, I can't. In the other games, you could actually take it. Okay, the fact that that board did that is pretty cool. Oh, right. The reason I prefer this to the whip is the fact that its ability naturally shields you. Okay, we're gonna need 4 of these guys. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh, I also didn't show this off, but with this, you can actually aim it. It's pretty fun. And the third one. I do prefer the green, the contrast of the green and red on the Burning Leo. Third Burning Leo you get. I'm not a big fan of the regular version. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys to jump in here. Oh, he'll do it for me. Yeah, the AI for these guys is extremely robust. They're pretty damn smart. We're just gonna go ahead, and I am gonna be lucky because I'm awesome. If you had hit the fuse yourself, they would have jumped in without you. So yeah, they're pretty smart. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the ones that I want. You, and I'm gonna keep you because you're green, and I like your contrast. And we are going to go ahead and move on to the bonus round. And we go to the top. Awesome. We made it. And with that, we gain victory. Yes. As you can see, we really need all those lives. Every single life is matters in this game. Unlike in reality, especially. Oh! Ha! Reality burn! We're going to continue on to the next level here, and the fact that I took that switch on, this makes it possible for me to advance here. Extra Eclair. There's more adventure to be found! An extra stage is now unlocked. Hearts, puzzles, oh right, at the corner of each of these, as you can see, you can see every object that can be found in that level, no matter the cost. In here, I'm going to go for a puzzle piece. I kind of wish they, again, did just like very simple clues for this game. That was one of my favorite aspects of Kirby Dream Land 3, a game I hope they put out soon on the... Oh, okay, here's my other favorite ability. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and let go of Yo-Yo for now. I'm going to drop this, take that, and going to eat it, and I now have the Ninja ability! Now, the reason why this ends up being one of my favorite abilities in this game, I think I'll actually slice that. No, yeah, alright. Is because its close range damage is one of the highest in the Kirby history. This is how I actually made it through so many of the enemy gauntlets that came afterwards. So as you hit an enemy with your sword, which is a little bit longer range than this, and it does less damage as a result. Good balancing, guys. Good balancing. Okay, so I'm going to have you go up there. I'm going to have... Yep, you go up there. Yep, you go up there. Up there. God damn it. No, oh, damn it. I did the wrong one. Or, no, that arrow actually tells you the right way to go. That's a little stupid. Alright. So, anyway, as you're close up to an enemy, you can catch them. Okay, let me see if I can actually just activate here. I'm going to probably just do it on a mini-boss or something. This is getting a little ridiculous here. Oh, right. I probably should have kept that enemy. And actually, you can see which one it's in, just because that, not very good game design there, guys. Anyway. Let's see if I can find my, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and make a, oh, whoops. Make a ninja friend here. Alright, we need this. Let me go ahead and roll it. Run, 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 run. So, from here, you can go ahead and this ought to show you where you gotta go. There it goes. The power-up for this is the Chumbrella! I don't know why or how, but there you go. It's just a really big umbrella. I think it does block projectiles from the top of the screen, I guess, but to be fair, it's kind of silly. But it would make no sense to give the umbrella like too many different powers. Oh, I love that ability. Just so good. Does so much damage. Thank you, Biospark, which makes no sense. I don't know why you're called Biospark. You are not electric. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Seriously, Biospark is such a weird name. Okay, let's see. Did I miss something? Oh no, I know what I need to do. I do believe there it is. No, don't mess that up. Alright, just hit that. There it goes. There it goes. That's us winning. And in order to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get more of you. Yep. So Bird and Leo is actually one of my favorite of the Kirby style kind of enemies. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this security because I don't need it anymore. Thank you. And now we are curbed up. So I've probably left you guys some quick long enough on my on what I wanted to say, and I'm going to actually go ahead and start getting to the point here very quickly. Kids like drama. They like because there is an immediate reaction and there is a perception of adulting that comes with it. People think that just because you are being dramatic and saying what's on your mind, regardless of the quality of that statement, you are, you're saying something, you're doing something. Drama seems dramatic. It's why it grabs attention, but it's not the best way to. It really shouldn't be how our kids, see the world. There is a time and a place for everything, including reality television and stupid shit. I play video games. There's a time and a place for this. I like this time and place for it. I'm gonna have to go for it. Why did you hit that already? Can we make it? Go, go, go! Oh my gosh, we made that! I don't know what this does. Anyway, there is a time and a place, like I said before, everything. That's cool. And I'm not condemning people for liking that stuff. But it also seems to be, but it gives people the wrong impression that that's what life should be about. This is what life is. In the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting, and I will be sharing videos on my YouTube channel, the Super Nerd Bros, showing what we saw at the rally and the stories told there. Some of them. We didn't stick around for the whole thing, as unfortunately we had other commitments that later on that day. Both a doctor's appointment and pets needed us. But the Parkland shooting shows that when given a real cause, kids not only rally, they manage to educate themselves on the subjects that they want to learn about. It's unfortunate that the tragedy had to be the catalyst for showing people this. But I'm very much of the opinion that if you are... I'm very much of the opinion if you are willing to give children and teenagers and young adults a real world project, something that can improve lives and make things better, they will rally to the cause. There is no reason to suspect that they wouldn't do better. Given the right materials, given the right resources, and given the right motivation, you could see wonders in schools and start framing reality in a better light for younger people. Is there an easy way to do this? I certainly don't know. But it's something that's worth trying. Am I being idealistic? Of course I am. But idealism isn't inherently impossible. In fact, it could be a great framework for our goals and what we really want in terms of our world. What is ideal to you might be a great way to really know what you want out of the planet around you. Again, it's not easy. It shouldn't be easy. Okay, that's pretty cool. So with this ability, pressing up at or just being around the right thing at the right time will give you lots and lots of cool rewards. I think they could have done a lot more with this. I'm not sure what, but there you go. Right now, out of this one, you get puzzle pieces. This is why games are one of the mediums I think really needs better attention. Don't get me wrong. I don't think video games cause violence. That's the stupidest argument ever created by anyone. Video games are ubiquitous. Violence is not. If video games caused violence, you'd see everyone shooting up everyone. And here in the USA, we're capable of doing that. There are more guns than people. True fact. Look it up. And so, like I was saying, this wasn't exactly about the gun rally itself, but how people are driven to fulfill goals. Unfortunately, without tragedy and hardship, it's very hard to be driven. It's very hard to want to do something. I came from a very comfortable world, and my first interaction with gun violence was due to desperation. I've never been shot. I wasn't hurt. I never got hit by a bullet. But I was in a country where resources were managed to the behest of very few. I'm not going to go into how money in politics works right now. It's complicated, and honestly, it gets a little depressing after a while. But I saw the fact that desperation really is what leads to the kind of tragedies we see here. I'm not saying that the Parkland shooter was a victim of anything. In fact, it seems like he might have written his own social story, as it doesn't seem like he was a very nice person before any of this happened. But our schools should have been capable and more prepared to catch that and to build an environment where just because you're a little different doesn't mean that you're going to be ostracized. If kids aren't well adjusted to building something better, they will unfortunately turn it on each other. Innocence is not something kids inherently have. It's not real. We just think of innocence because we tend to, after a while, darken the world with whatever perverse thoughts we have in the meantime. Is it logical? No. Is it practical? Hell no. But it is part of our basic survival instincts, and it's actually one of our basic survival strategies for the healthy human mind. We tend to look at the past in a better light. It's called the Golden Age syndrome. That things were much better in the past than they are in the present. If you look at actual numbers, it's not true. There's a lot of things that can be improved upon, gun violence, education, of course, being one of them, but in the long run, violence, acts of depravity, and, the general disgusting things that humans can do to each other have been on the decline. Globalization, intergovernmental relationships, all of those things have a positive net effect on the human condition. Capitalism as well, but I think it's more important to remember that capitalism and democracy are not exclusively related to each other. Democracy has had a much bigger impact on that than anything else. When we think of war with another country, we seem to think that that entire country is against us. But if you look at world events, that's not even close to the case. Most of us don't want war. Most of us don't want to fight each other. We're pretty happy just, chilling, doing our thing, and having a good time. And being able to trust that when we go out into the world, others will want to be healthy and willing to meet us too. If you've ever met a traveler that doesn't like people, you haven't met a traveler. You've met a businessman. Let's see. Reset this. Alright. I really think that you should always keep the powers that only appear at the beginning of the game. I'm going to go ahead and show off the paint ability. It's pretty cool. And you can also, let's see, I think you can do. Yep, there you go. You can actually paint a friend, which is pretty funny. You can also do that one. Yeah. Go ahead and show it off here. That is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I'm gonna see if I can't do a little bit more distance so I can actually hit something. No, I won't be able to. It's too hard. I can get close enough to it. Alright, let's do that instead. Paint. Alright, I think, and go ahead and... It's cute. We want to be able to trust that we can go out into the world and, enjoy ourselves. Be who we want to be and not be harshly judged for it. That comes with understanding that people can be better, and you have to show that. Showing that early in childhood would be, I think, one of the best things you can do for our education system as a whole. Is it perfect? Of course it is. And like I said, I'm not sure what the best strategy for that is. Okay. Hello, Wispy. You are the today. Ow, ow, ow. I'm gonna go ahead and beat you with my last kick. Oh yeah, you can heal. Anyway. And that is victory of stage 1, sort of. Gotta keep going. Gotta go fast. That was Wispy Woods, and he has made an appearance, I think, in every single Kirby game. I can't think of one where he hasn't. I haven't played Kirby's Air Ride. I really wish that game had done better. Oh my god, that game as a racer should have worked. And I hope Nintendo does think like, hey, maybe we can actually do this now that we have some really good... Oh, the motion controls would be great as in terms of like its flight ability and having a 3D environment to really work with. That would be awesome. Anyway, sorry, I nerd out there for a minute, as I always do. As I was saying, there's no reason that we can't just start allowing for people to see that the world isn't as dark as it is. It would, I think, go a long way to helping people with depression because they have done things that are achievable and have learned how to achieve in group environments. that would probably also affect people with social anxiety, as they would be, again, able to see people who have actually improved and shown that they can get better on a day-to-day basis. We tend to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt in thinking that we can improve, but rarely do we give that, thought to others. And it's really a shame, because no one really wants to not improve. That being said, we haven't learned how best to actually improve ourselves. It is a wall that it's hard for people to get over. It's hard for you to do self-improvement when you don't know how. When you're not self-aware enough and don't have the critical thinking skills necessary to really begin making real changes, either to your habits or to your thought patterns or just your outlook on life. It takes time and skill. Is there an easy way to do it? No, there isn't. And I don't know that I can give you an answer if that's what you're here for. In the long run, you're going to have to find it for yourself. And I'm sorry to abandon you with that, but I have given you at least an idea of what needs to happen. Working well with others and finding people who are willing to work well with you is probably a really good place to start. You can't do anything on your own. You can't, well, not on anything, but it's harder to really make something grow when you're alone. And it's harder to make anything substantial feel worthwhile when you've done it solo. And it also makes you feel like the world is not a place that you can ask help for. Which I think also would helps feed into that it's all about me mentality that comes with This is the plasma ability. Really, it's just electricity, but it's cool. Unfortunately, the paint ability does not give you any elements. I don't know what it would do, but I think it'd be kind of cool if it did, like, something creative. Oh, I didn't know you can shoot up. Wait, does that mean... Yep! Awesome! So let's see. Let's go to this second power wave. Ah, that is cool. I did not know you could do that. So, I just learned something. So, this ability works very, very differently from the other ones. Your techniques is very much based on the amount of electrical charge you manage to store. In order to gain electrical charge, you really just have to use motion. No charge literally gives you the spark ability. It's useful enough and it's fast, so you can do enough damage, and it does have pushback. This charge level does not stay very long, but it gives you the arrow ability, which is pretty cool. Let's see, we can go ahead and show this up here. And as long as you're in motion, it'll stay around for a little bit. It's not very powerful. Now, the third level is my favorite. The Spark Laser. It just looks cool, and it reminds me of a Kamehameha Wave. I wish that were the version that were the full power version, but whatever. The last level gives you... I can't remember. It's gotta be the Plasma Spark ability. Let me see what it says here. Large Plasma Charge. Oh, wow. The Plasma Wave. It doesn't seem like a wave, but it works. And if you press up, it of course will do everything else. So let's see what I got here. That's a Plasma Scatter. Arrow. And of course... Bam, baby! Are there any more powers? Oh, cool. So, yeah, if you have the medium, at least to this level, you can do the Plasma Barrier, which gives you the ability to shield yourself. And it works as a shield regardless. See? No problems. Again, little details they didn't have to add to this game, but they did, and it just makes the world that much vibrant. You don't need gritty realism to make a game good. Again, don't get me wrong, I love the gritty realism game. One of my favorite games in the world is got to be. I'm gonna go ahead and has got to be Gears of War. Great game. Alright. And now for my second favorite of all the abilities. Surprisingly, Sword is my third. This. Just look at. What are friends for? Throwing them! It's honestly a little bit twisted. This is where Nintendo has this weird, like, funny humor to it, but then it just does something like that, which is weird and gritty and dark in a weird, in that way, that is still somehow manages to be playful. I'm gonna keep you, because I'm pretty sure I need you. Anyway, that's really all I have to say about that. It hasn't made me think so much about gun control. I don't know of a good way of dealing with that would be satisfactory to enough people that that happen. The NRA, unfortunately, does hold a little bit more power behind it. God damn it. This ability is actually pretty fun too. Alright, let's see. Should give you. Look. I need you to do something. That should hit. I need you to, oh wait, he already hit those. Never mind. Oh yeah, right. If you're running and you just tap that lightly, that's a really cool technique. Fighter ability is just to me one of the coolest. All right, I'm not gonna even pretend it's not a cool ability. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought, but then again, I don't know what would be the right call in terms of gun violence. There isn't enough research out there, and I will say this: I do know what to do about the NRA. They need to go. They actually block research on what guns do, even though it could very easily prove their point. But no, it seems more and more likely that it wouldn't, which is why they're so adamant about keeping people from that information. Any kind of research in guns protecting people would be to their benefit, and of course they try to say that we never show when guns save people, but we did. Just last week, a man with a gun did manage to help someone with a gun, but again, it seems to be the kind of thing that does not happen very often. I'm not going to say who, but a friend of mine was recently robbed at gunpoint. They carried a gun, but they were also smart enough to realize that one, the gun had already been drawn on them, and secondly, the part that I haven't yet touched on is that they were also outmatched. They were outnumbered by the other people. Now, that isn't to say that if he hadn't brought her wrench, he might have not been able to take them out, but in a situation like that, more than likely, you're just going to end up getting killed. So even though they have the ability to conceal and carry, it didn't help them in their situation. In fact, if they had drawn that weapon, it could have very easily gotten them killed. So, that would definitely be, and don't get me wrong, this is an example from personal experience. It does not count as scientific evidence, but the fact that I hear that story, and I do hear stories like that more often, and the fact that I hear that particular kind of story in very close to a time when someone saved someone else with another gun, and that's the only time I've heard it in tandem, tells me that one is much more rare than the other. So I'm pretty sure that yes, the NRA has a very good reason to hide why they to try and block research. I don't think they have a leg to stand on if people actually got their hands on that information. Does that mean getting rid of all guns? I think that if you, like anything else, go through the proper procedures, like, I don't know, training courses that you're supposed to complete every 10 years. Once a decade is not much to ask. And you have that entire year to do it in. Like you do with a motor vehicle, like in order to get a motor vehicle license. Or if you're really not, and on top of that, yes, you need the same. This is why it confuses me. You already have a system in place. All you have to do is show that, hey, are you able to drive? Good. Are you able to get the same, like, a medical license? A medical licensed practitioner should, when they say, hey, you have good eyesight, you have good mental health, you have good, all of these things that you need in order to drive, very much can be translated to, can you own a gun? Again, if you gave people free health care, you would be able to do that. And I think, once again, that budgeting from the military a little bit would be good for that. Making a more robust healthcare service, and those military men then don't have to worry about the fact that they are going to be, isolated in the long run. My brother Chrono is about to leave here. He was listening to me rant this entire time. Anything to say, Chrono? You could just say goodbye. You haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, I'll actually, I'll be back on tonight. I think me and Soul are gonna finally try playing Fortnite together.
That should be fun.
So, we'll switch it up a little bit from the usual monster hunting.
To be honest, we're just trying to vary our gameplay here. As you can see, I do love the Switch. I have a Switch. Anyone who wants to play in Splatoon, please come and find me. My name is Soul Tiger on the system, and it's just one of the best systems ever. Let's see, what ability do I want to go ahead and add to this?
Actually, you know what? You could probably show him your friend code if you.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't mind that.
Yeah, play the video and even just post it on Twitter.
Okay, I'm not going to go that way too far because I know what hell happened. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay.
Alright.
See you later, Chrono.
Till next time, bros and bras. I'll be back.
I'll still be here playing. I'm going to go ahead and actually probably go ahead and show you what happens at the end of this. This is Sir Cutter. I haven't shown his ability, even though he's kind of the staple flagship of this game. The staple monster, the staple ability that you can show up here. I'm going to go ahead and power these up. There we go. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and be a fighter here, because why not? Bam. Alright. It is now time for the final showdown. Oh my god, they are feeding him everything. Hey, buddy. his royal nemesis, King DDD! He's supposedly a wrestler. Dude, I can go right through you. Ow. Yep. Okay, so it does not give you that. If you grab this. Whoa! No, 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 no. Ah! All right. No! Whoa. That's great. That's fun. Okay. Okay. IDD. Always go for those stars. Hallelujah! Let's go ahead and take this guy out because he is almost he's on his last legs here. Bam! Bam! And that is game. There's that dark card over there. You see him. And here he goes. There's the DDD we know and love rather than the steroid version. What the hell was that anyway? He like imbibed Donkey Kong or something. It's really a weird idea. And that's the end of the game. We got rid of that heart from King DDD, who was obviously the bad guy here. Yeah, like we didn't see that movie. Come on, guys. Really? We can't read that! I have to admit, that is freaking brilliant. I don't know why they did it this way, but it's hilarious. And Kirby might not be the brightest bulb in the chandelier, but he does know enough. Aw, poor DDD. But he does know enough to know that that is the source of all our problems here in Dreamland. And if you want to build your own Dreamland, it's time for you to go out there and make yourself something in the world. I know that a lot of you don't care for this kind of content. Younger kids, I imagine you're probably bored to tears as I tried to tell you why you should be worried about education. But it's important, and in the long run, it's what's going to matter more than any of the drama or any of the reality that you see nowadays. But I don't know, maybe you don't even want to listen to this this black guy rant about this stuff. Anyway, there's a lot more to the world than, you know, dick pics and I don't know, and sex. And you should learn that as early on as possible. Believe me, those things are fun. I guess there's a time and a place for everything. I'm going to say it one more time. Alright, that was the World of Dreams in Dreamland. This was Soul from the Super Nerd Brothers. Wow, I cannot speak today. It's been fun, guys, but I will be signing off here. We will continue this stream at another date and another time. Please, if you have anything that you would like to say, just like and subscribe our channel. We're on Twitter as well, and we also have a YouTube channel that is available and public for anyone to watch. We mostly just add our streams from here to there. There's not much there yet, but maybe one day we'll find something to work with. I don't really have much more to say, so I'm going to sign off here, I guess. I wanted to say something else, I guess. Brain.